There was a comment about my red and white barber pole, and there was just too much information for me to reply back, so I thought I would just go ahead and let you know what we had discovered when we were researching barber poles. So barber poles were kind of not really invented, but came about in around the late 1800s, maybe even a little bit earlier, in Europe, maybe more particularly around France. So what they were was an instrument shaped like a little pole that people would hold on to while they were getting bloodletted. And when no one was holding that pole, they'd put it outside so people would know to come there and get their bloodletted, or other surgical things that the academic surgeons didn't do. Because before the barber pole, how you identified between academic surgeons and barber surgeons was long robes and short robes. So the long robes, of course, were the academics. So these poles would sit outside, and the bandages they had used and cleaned, they would sit by the poles to dry, and the wind would just kind of twist them around, and sometimes they would stain them a little bit red. So over time, that became the symbol, a white pole painted with a red stripe. And there was originally a brass basin at the top of that pole that held leeches or blood. So yes, originally the pole was just red and white, but who do you think made the blue get added to the pole? It was the United States of America. We wanted that red, white, and blue to match our national flag. And yet there's even more to this story. It's almost like another interpretation. Of course, the red represents the blood, the white represents the bandages, and the blue represents the veins. But in this interpretation of it, the blue represents bad blood. So after the forming of the United Barber Surgeon Company in England, a statute was placed that surgeons could have a red pole and barber surgeons could have a blue and white pole. I really felt like this was a good Mandela effect, because when I first started doing this and looking online, I kept seeing these ones with the blue stripes in them, and I had only ever remembered seeing red and white ones. So then it was discussed at quite a bit at the museum with the other people, and then I finally just went into it and did the research. And like a lot of my projects, that's kind of what you got to do. Check out the barbershop rabbit hole yourself. Thanks for watching.